Okay, so here we are with in our network view of our outage that's just coming up, and we know it's going to be 3 weeks, and we've got our crew set up, and we're trying to finally get our crew scheduled and that sort of thing. So we go from our network view into our manpower planning view, which is one of our Gantt views we've set up. It already has the manpower planning table set up and a special grouping for manpower calculations. It also has one of the number fields set up so that the duration of the task times the number of men used on that will give us the man hours. So a 12-hour job that uses 2 people is going to be 24 man hours. So that's all calculated automatically. Within our grouping we've set up, of course, it's automatically going to total within the group totals. So we have totals for the equipment, number of man hours in each piece of equipment, for the day crew, mechanical day crew, and of course the total man hours for the day crew mechanical for the outage. So we see we have a total man hours for the day crew of 1,782. So we need to have enough man hours to get all this work done in 3 weeks. And there is absolutely no point in us trying to schedule the time if we don't have enough man hours to do it in the 3 weeks. No matter how we schedule things, we're going to run late and end up in a position where we haven't completed all our work in the time available with the crew we had or the number of mechanics we had. So if you've ever been in this position before, we got to the end of the outage and you hadn't finished all your work, that's because you didn't get this particular part of the exercise right. You didn't go through this. So we're going to do this. All right. So we have a look and we see for the mechanical day crew here, in the 3 weeks, we have a total of 1,782 hours of work. So if we just do some simple calculations very quickly, we can see that for our mechanical day crew, number one, we have 3 weeks of work. We're planning at this stage to work 6 days per week, and those days are 10-hour days, so that's 10 hours per day, and we know for a fact that we only have 8 mechanics. Okay, so what is our total? Our total is 3 times 6 times 8 times 10, which is 1,440 hours, and that's man hours of mechanical availability to do this work. And immediately we can see now we have a problem, right? Because if we look at this work that we have logged down here for the mechanical day crew, it comes to a total of 1,782. We only have 1,440 man hours available. That 1,782 comes from 24 hours in the clay crusher, 264 man hours in the clinker cooler, 970 man hours of work in the coal system, and so on and so on. It's all given us the complete breakdown here. But the problem is that no matter what we do by way of moving this work around in time over here, we're never going to get it done in 3 weeks because there's 1,782 man hours of work, and we have a total, very simply from our calculation here, of only 1,440. So what do we have to do in this situation? Well, there are several possibilities. Number one, we can have a look at the work that's available here, and we can decide not to do some of it, right? That's one option. That's one that's not a very common solution. The next option we have is we can contract something out. So we could have a look for one job, for example, just the work in the kiln feed system, maybe that's this work over here, and say, all right, well, let's contract that out. But that's not going to help us because that'll just give us 48 hours, right? And we're short of more than 300 man hours of work. So there's something else we could do. We have a look at these and we say, wow, there's 108 hours, there's 144 man hours. We could contract some of these jobs out here, subcontract those, that'll take the total down. And the way we would do that is simply change the crew, right, to the contractor crew, and the totals will automatically change. So it's very easy to fix this problem. On the other hand, we could say, well, let's, for a few of these jobs, let's supplement the amount of our own mechanics. Let's add some contract mechanics on to help us with those jobs, in which case we would push down the numbers of our mechanics so there's many ways we can do this. The point that I'm trying to make, though, is that if we want to complete this outage in this time and get all this work done, we need to get the manpower allocation right before we start scheduling activities in time. There is no way we're going to solve this problem by scheduling in time. It's a manpower allocation problem, and we need to get that right first.